So it happens to all of us. You know, I'm getting a little gray in my beard and life is just ripping by. And the reality of the next chapter of your life's coming. And my dad is pushing 80 now and doesn't get around as good as he used to. And for the past 3 or 4 years, we've been putting in trying to get him a tag. And he's kind of at that age now. I'd love to get him to Texas. It's just hard to get him this far. He doesn't like to fly and he doesn't want to drive. So our only chance was to put in for Nevada draw. And finally, we drew an antelope tag. Big hunt before he turned 77.
Yeah.
Well, let's go see what we get on him. About 80 of them right there. Thanks, man. You know, over the past 16 years, I've been blessed to travel the world and hunt and have some amazing experiences. And all that's got to start somewhere. You've got to have that one person that introduces you to the outdoors. And I was very fortunate growing up. My family liked to fish, they liked to hunt. But my dad was the one. He was the one that, man, if there was a bird season open or a big game season we can get a tag for, we were doing it. And that's what really starts it for all of us, is somebody's got to start that match that starts that fire that you have to want to go and be a hunter. And I was fortunate enough to do it in northern Nevada, where it's some of the greatest hunting in the United States. And whether it was mule deer or sage hen or fishing for trout or hunting ducks, we were out there. We were out there so much that sometimes we'd get a letter from the school saying, if your son doesn't start attending school more often, we're going to flunk him. And Dad would make one phone call and we'd be back to hunting and fishing. Night before season, Bob's been trying to get all this stuff ready. Got him loaded up. Out that way, I am. So this is the place I grew up. This is the same house, and there's so many memories out of this place. This is Lamoille, Nevada. It's one of the last beautiful places on earth. It's not full of ski resorts and tourists, and I had so much fun as a kid here. There's trout in the creek, and we'd go up to the mountain lakes, and just to grow up here, all of it kind of worked together, and it was good to be back. And in the morning, we were headed out with Dad.
Blue Collar Adventures is proudly partnered with Cinnamon Creek Ranch, Vortex Optics, Game Guard, Alamo Precision Rifles, Long Shot Gear, the source for your long-range pursuits.
I was excited about the antelope hunt because I've been able to go up and hunt antelope in Nevada and help the Nevada Outdoorsman Wheelchair for the past 12 years. And so I knew some areas that there was going to be antelope. It was going to be an opportunity for Dad. Being limited mobility, he can't really walk as much anymore. He's got bad knees. He's, like I said, he's pushing 80, and we're all gonna be there someday. So I knew that if we get in some fields, we could find some antelope. Nevada is a great place to hunt antelope.
A few years ago, we bought this, unfortunately,
Chase show for many years.
And we always eat it hot in the city to go take us hot. So we there and let's see we got it.
And this year we got lucky. Yeah, Jay encouraged us to apply, and you did. This year we got lucky.
I was really nervous. I was like, I gotta get it in one shot because, you know, if I don't get it in one shot, because I'm used to hunting white-tailed deer, and usually if you go out there and you shoot at one, you're not gonna see one probably the rest of the day. So we went out there, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta make it count. So my stomach was all jittly and
just kept looking, then all of a sudden there's this like 20 just like raised their heads up. And there's everywhere. And then it's like, oh gosh.
You know, one of those trips up there, I had the camera, and you never know. It could be me, it could be Dad, it could be anybody. But I wanted to interview Dad and get some hunting stories. Here's a few of those, just to give you an idea of our relationship.
We were hunting ducks over at Dumphy on the pond. Jay never lets me forget this one. And there were some honkers that were circling around and circling around. So they came in and they circled the duck decoys, and I told Jay, I said, wait till they get closer. So they came in real close, and I said, no, wait, they'll come. Then they take off on their way out there, and I go, take them. He said, what, you afraid to shoot them at that close a range that you might get one? He's never let me forget that one. Well, our hunt up there when I had a deer tag up in 07 too, and all Jay kept telling me was, it's no wonder you got a tag here because there are no deer here. Ducks were flying pretty good, but they weren't coming in. They'd start to come in, and Jay would shoot when they were way a little bit out of range for me, but he'd drop them, and I thought, what the heck? Finally, I went over to the truck, and he was shooting 3-inch magnums. No wonder I couldn't hit him that far out. He was cheating. We're out there catching, in those days you could catch 200 bass in a day. And Jay looked at me and he says, Dad, what does it mean when your float tube's going? I said, it means you better get your butt to shore. Well, I'm 72 years old and I would like to make one good hunt with Jay.
Blue Collar Adventures is proudly partnered with Psionics, Digital Night Vision, Alamo Precision Rifles, Matthews, All Bite, No Bark, the new Phase 4, Spot Hog Archery Products, Wilderness Athlete, fuel for the rugged.
So it was kind of a solo trip. Crystal was headed to Idaho to do a hunt with her dad. I was on my own, had my camera in my bag, and I'm a better hunter than cameraman, but I wanted to capture Dad's hunt. Our plan was to go camp. Growing up there, ranching, we knew some great people that gave us permission to go hunt. And we headed to the Moorice place, and we got up there, and there's lots of antelope, but it was a little rugged. So we tried to go out and find them in the brush, and it was a hard day for Dad. But I'd been doing the long-range shooting for a long time, and Dad taught me to shoot when I was young. I showed him some stuff, and we got on the tripod, and we were gonna try and make a long shot. And we got out there, we got him lined out, and why not send one? So tell us what we're doing, where we're at, who we're hunting with.
We're at the Morai Ranch in northern Elko County. We're hunting antelope. It's a beautiful day. We had rain. It's clean, crisp morning. Jay's already spotted some antelope. So we're gonna go check it out. Stay with us.
Oh, do you want me to record that?
No.
Oh, I wasn't ready. You ready?
Oh, really?
No, I got it. He might turn in just a second. I told Dad, I said, hey, just break the trigger. You've done this your whole life. And we set up, we had a long shot on a pretty good buck, and this is probably as close as we're gonna get today. And I wanted to take it. Find him? I got him. Get the shot. Be real sneaky and just barely touch the trigger when you're ready. Now, now he's going to the right, yeah. Okay. Right in front of him.
Go.
And he just barely missed him. And I could see the disappointment, but again, it was a longer shot than he was used to. His shooting skills are good because he's been doing it forever. I had him set up, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. Call me Shaky Jake.
It's pretty close. I was impressed.
It's only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
We bounced around, and Dad, he's, you know, it's tough. He was bouncing on some rocks, and we were trying to get a vantage point on these antelope. They travel this brush and go into the alfalfa, and I said, hey, let's go set up, let's hide out, let's watch the alfalfa tonight. And the most beautiful thing in northern Nevada happened, and it's just the rain was coming in, and we watched this rainbow just appear. It just started coming over the mountain, and it was just one side, and then as it went, the whole thing opened up. And you know, was this a sign the antelope were going to come in? I don't know, but I was hoping so. But just to sit there with my dad and have that experience, that's what it's about. That's what it's about for me, is to get out there, and I'll remember that rainbow, and I'll remember sitting there with my dad. You know, who knows where we'll be 10 years from now. Dad's pretty beat up. He's gonna head back to the house, and I'm gonna go scout a little bit. And I found some great bucks. All these ranches out here are just the greatest people, and fortunately, I have access to several places. And down the road, there's another place, the Wright Ranch, and we'd hunted there the last time I did a Nevada Outdoorsman wheelchair hunt, and it was a great place. There was lots of antelope. There were these beautiful meadows and fields that they were coming into, and I thought, you know what, let's just go take a ride and see if we can find an antelope. And Mr. Wright was just gracious, said, get out there and get your dad an antelope. So we had this rental Jeep that I have, and Dad, his dog is his best friend, and we're not leaving him behind, so he's in the back seat. And we just start rolling through the meadow, and I just start glassing with my Vortex, and I see an old goat. He's coming in the meadow. He's in the round bale field. This is our chance. I don't know how close we're gonna get, so I'm gonna get within reason, and we're gonna set up on the tripod, and I'm gonna try and get Dad on this goat. What are you doing?
My hat under my eyes.
You know, he's out there at a distance that I know this gun is accurate, lights out. This is Alamo Precision. I worked on it, shot it, Dad shot it now. It is gonna be a good shot for him. It's a long shot, but with this caliber and this setup, we should be able to dial him in. I get him on the sticks, and you forget, this is the guy that helped you growing up, and he didn't get nervous. You're the one getting nervous. So he was getting nervous. I could see him shaking and worked up.
Come on,
What?
you take off.
Go ahead whenever you're ready. Way under him. Of course, he was getting frustrated with me because I was trying to film, and he sends one, and we're off target. And man, it's tough. I know how he felt when I was young, and he wanted me to have success. I felt that same thing. And so the antelope's kind of easing through there. We're shooting suppressed, so he doesn't really know what's happening. We've got more time. I say, Dad, get another one in. Let's see if he stops. And as soon as I turn to get the spotting scope, I wanted to film it through the spotting scope to get a better view. He shoots and he smokes him. Got him. Got him.
Did I get him?
You hit him. I heard it. Of course, I didn't get on film, but. You know, he wanted to have a good hunt, but he didn't want to wound one. He was a little uncomfortable, but I knew that he knew how to shoot, and setting him up behind this gun, he was going to be able to make the shot. And it wasn't about the long shot or whatever. It was about this guy at the twilight that helped me hunt. I wanted to have an experience with him, and you know, life is real fragile. Who knows if this is his last hunt? Hopefully we got 20 more. But it was one of those ones we really wanted to do this together, and part of that is making a successful harvest. This guy lives off Social Security and state retirement, which is not very much, and so to put meat in his freezer is a big deal. And so we're gonna run it to town, get it with my buddy Matt Murray, and he's gonna have meat for the winter. What's going on? Grab that gun case for me and my binoculars. Oh, there's yours. What just happened? What's going on? We gotta tell him what's happening.
We missed the antelope,
Then you got him, you hit him.
and then he ran away.
Let me get my gun.
I figured you were gonna get close enough to just club the son.
Good shot, Dad. 500 yards.
No, I'm not.
That one was a good shot.
Which one? The one that
Well,
went
they
to
hit
dirt?
the antelope. I hope he's legal, but he's a good one. He's a little smart. He's probably about 14 feet.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, I see a white belly. See it up there?
Oh yeah.
7 might be your last one ever.
I thought that was my last one ever after the first shot.
What do you think of that gun, though? That's a long shot.
It's awesome, Hunter. It's really awesome, except for my eye is not dialed in on that scope very well.
Look at that, Dad. You got an antelope.
Yeah.
You think it was going to happen?
First Nevada antelope I've ever gotten. Well, I had a great guide and a great place to hunt. Too bad it's a doe.
Big doe, though.
It's awful big doe. Yeah, he's all
He's a good one.
First Nevada antelope. No, he's not too bad.
He's a really nice one. He's way
Longer
past
than the
the
ears.
The cutters, they above the ears?
Oh yeah, way above the ears.
Congratulations, Pop.
Well, thank you.
He's old. Look at his teeth are all missing in the front.
Yeah, they are. He's old, but
Kind of reminds me of you getting no teeth.
yeah, we're about the same. It's a pretty one.
Beautiful antelope. You know, I look back and it was just the other day. I was a younger man and I had this little girl out there and I was trying to teach her how to catch a fish or shoot her BB gun and learn how to find targets. And then she started shooting her bow. And, you know, pretty soon that journey takes you to her first fish and her first buck. And now she's 18. And it went by in a blink of an eye. And so I look at that and I look at my dad and, you know, he's, like I said, he's pushing 80. And we don't have much time.